everybody, Marcy here. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and I'm all about educating you lately. Like, I'm learning a lot of stuff, so I have to share this information with you. So in case you're going through some of the things that I'm going through, or eating a certain way I'm eating, maybe it will help you. So hopefully this video will help you in some way. So if you've been following me for a while, I've actually had a high hamstring injury. I've now learned that it's a tendinosis, which is kind of a step further than tendinitis. Tendinitis is, you know, you're sore, you're achy, but guess what? It kind of goes away. Whereas tendinosis, I'm to the point now where I have small tears in my high hamstring. And how this occurred, you all know how much I work out, but I went and played kickball. Apparently I wasn't warmed up enough, even though I thought I was. And I pretty much kicked the ball, sprinted to first base, and I was like, oh, that like really hurt. So I felt it. I felt it when I, took off with my sprint that, you know what, I think I tore my hamstring. So this has been a high hamstring injury now, going on for about three and a half years. It's a long time. So I've been through ups and downs, and initially, when I initially injured myself, I couldn't work out, I couldn't run, I couldn't do anything. So I took it easy. And then I know, just the foundations of rehabilitation, you must strengthen the area and then stretch the area. So that's what I've been doing now for a very long time. And before my pregnancy, so that was what, 2 years ago now, yeah, roughly, I was going to a chiropractor. And that was the first type of relief that I was able to get with this injury. And they used a technique called Graston Technique. So Graston Technique deals with the soft tissues, and it's a method of scraping the muscles to pretty much force blood flow to the area. And it took about 2 months, but at the end of 2 months, it may even take less than that, I felt 100% better. No big deal, I feel wonderful. Well, guess what? Baby came. I had to stop, obviously, going. You can't lay in your stomach when you're pregnant. And my pain came back. Now the pain is back, but it's not as bad, and I do think the rest helped. I've continued to work out, I'm continuing stretching and strengthening, but I still do have some pain. So I was on the search to find, just a good product, something that I could do at home to self-rehabilitate myself. So that's what I'm doing now. And I found a wonderful company, and this particular brand is the Myo-Bar, okay? So it's really good. I'm gonna kind of break into it and show you exactly what it is. So there's different techniques that you can use using these bars. Now, you will typically find a chiropractor or maybe a physical therapist using these bars, but again, I've kind of been in the industry, in the field for a while. I kind of know the ins and outs, but just definitely be careful and do your research so that you're making sure that you're getting a good product. I personally recommend the Myo-Bar. This has been phenomenal. So, considering that my injury is on my high hamstring, that literally means right under my left butt cheek, I need something that can extend behind my leg, okay? So I need something where I can, thread this bar behind my leg and massage my hamstring in that manner. Okay, so this works perfect, okay? And I like the grips. There's some bevels in here, and you're not gonna hurt yourself. And what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna show this technique in a minute, you use some type of oil. So if you wanna keep it kind of clean, I particularly use, I think this is, yeah, sweet almond oil, avocado oil, maybe castor might be a little bit too thick. I was using coconut oil. That may be a little too messy, but it definitely works. So just find something that works that you can easily massage. So again, the long bar is better for the bigger muscles, your glutes, your hamstrings, even your quads, okay, even your calves. I use this on my calves as well. So if you're like, okay, that's way too big, you want something a little bit more streamlined, you can use this. So again, you can use this, on your neck if you're using the proper technique, on your, on your arms, whatever is giving you any types of issues or ailments, okay? So I'm going to show this technique, and I'm going to get my oil, and let's get into it. You do want to obviously have bare skin, so I got my workout shorts on. And again, this is sweet almond oil that I'm using. And I'm going to do the same technique that was done at my chiropractor, because that's what was proven that works. So for me, yes, my hamstring is, causing me the problems, but guess what? Your entire body is connected, and I think you know that by now. So instead of just going immediately to the injured area, I start from all the way down where my ankle area is, and I work my way up the calf and to the hamstring area. And again, what this is doing, again, it's a way to release the tension in the fascia. So a lot of you may foam roll, and you know, foam roll, I foam rolled for a long time, but it didn't quite help too much. It was just kind of temporary relief. This gets a tad bit deeper, and you control the pressure. So you simply just want to warm up the muscles first. You don't want to dig into it. And if you Google Graston Technique on on YouTube, you will see some insane videos. People are red, and red is fine as long, I mean, that just means that's where your tension area is. All your blood is kind of rushing to the area, and I get red sometimes too, but never enough where I injure myself and I can't repeat this, okay? So you can do this, daily if you do it responsibly and you're not hurting your muscles, or you can do it every other day. You don't want to overdo it too much so that your body can take a break. So I'm warming up the calf here with the tool, and then as you start going, as I'm rubbing my leg with this bar, I'm able to feel different parts of my calf where my problem areas are. Problem areas simply mean it's not a smooth ride up this bar. So once I get to a problem area, I'll start a scraping technique, and it's simply scraping, and you can kind of feel, you'll definitely feel it, and you might even hear it breaking up some of that fascia. So again, breaking up that fascia is what's going to allow you to release some of that tension and pain and increase the blood flow. And that's literally all I need to do to heal myself. So I use this technique. Again, I'm simply going up, and I'm just simply kind of scraping the area. I have a lot of fascia down here, because you got to think about it. We're walking all day, we're working out all the time, and that can definitely build up. So once you kind of work your way up the calf, you can then proceed to go to your hamstring. So same method. I'm warming up the hamstring with the bar, and so the injury is like way up here. I don't have to like dig the bar here. It works, and I can also use the smaller tool to kind of get in there. And what's most importantly when you're doing this movement, you want to, and you can lay on your back and I'll show you that too, you want to use concentric and eccentric movements in order to really have this bar wrap around that fascia to release the tension. So instead of just, you know, sitting in one spot and rubbing the tool, I'm going to show you a different way to really maximize the use of this tool. All right, so laying in the supine position, my flexibility is just really bad with this leg. I can't even extend it. This is how tight I am, and by the end of the this technique, I will literally be able to stretch my leg all the way. So because of my injury, I'm super tight, and I cannot move very much, which is unfortunate. So what I do is I keep my leg at 90 degrees. You can do whatever you want with the right leg. And then as I'm doing this technique, guess what? I'm going to extend my leg to really get deep into the muscle. Okay, so I'll do that for a while. So I'm flexing my leg, and then I'm going to bring it back. So you're pretty much using this technique under pressure. So you can stand up and put your leg on a bench as well. And I do this movement that allows me to get deeper, and it's already helped a little bit. You can already see I'm able to get my leg straighter in the air, and that's just how tight and how much of a ball my hamstring is in. So I continue this movement for a while. And you only want to, I personally do each leg no more than 15 minutes, but that's just me. And that's not, again, digging, that's including the warm up of the muscles and everything else. So as you see, I'm going to extend my leg, and I am extremely tight in right here, so closer to the kneecap, and I'm simply going to scrape. So I just simply scrape. Let me turn this way so you can see a tad bit. So I just simply scrape. So I'm scraping that hamstring. I'm feeling the fascia, and it is not a pretty good feeling. It actually hurts quite bad. And I kind of scrape the area, and then I continue down to roll it out. So you scrape, it allows it to kind of wrap around this bar, and you can extend. So just by that alone, by the time I've done this, you know, after yoga, I've done this after workout, you're just so much more flexible. So that leg is a lot straighter now than when I started, and I've only been going now for a couple of minutes. So I do like to stretch as I do this technique. So I'll just either put one leg all the way down and kind of extend up. And same concept, I want to flex So this is more PNF stretching. You can do that with yourself or a strap. You can just stretch and hold it for about 6 seconds and then release. Okay, so you're releasing it, and each time that you go up and hold for that 6 seconds, you should be able to get deeper into that stretch. So you're stretching, holding for 6 seconds, you're flexing your quad, which is the opposite of the area that you're stretching. So I'm strengthening and flexing my quad to get deeper into my hamstring, and then I'm going to relax. And then I can proceed to rolling my leg out a little bit more. And it's, again, I felt better after 2 months. It may not take you that long, but it's definitely a technique that you should consider using to heal any particular pain that you may have. So don't forget that you can use these tools daily. Just make sure that there's no tissue or muscle damage. Again, there's a myth that there has to be bruising and pain and screaming. You know, you should really be breathing as you do these to, again, help the flowing of oxygen and blood to your body, because that's what you're doing. So that's very important. And again, different tools, there's different sizes that you can use. So just definitely check out the website. Again, you can use your neck. I have very tight shoulders, as most of you probably do. You simply rub some oil on your shoulder and then you get to scraping. And so the small one really allows that. The grip on this is good. That allows you to really get deep into your shoulder. And it just feels like, for me, for my shoulders, drastically, like so much better, so quick, and I'm not as tight and stiff. I showed you the warm-up that you can do with the bar. So if you're curious on timing of when can I actually do this technique, this is good definitely when your body is warm. So if you're like rolling out of bed but you want to do it before work, you may want to even put a heating pad on there to kind of warm up, get the blood circulating. Definitely warm up with the bar on whatever part of area of your body that you're doing, and then proceed. So one of the things that's very important when using this bar is that you control the intensity. Okay, so I had someone doing it to me. I had to kind of tell them, yeah, I can do a little bit more, no, back off. And you can get pretty deep into the muscles to really, help with the blood circulation and the fascia to kind of break some of that up. And that's really going to relieve your pain. So again, you just know your limits, and if you're doing crazy bruising, maybe back off a little bit. Again, on a certain particular area, only concentrate for just 2 to 3 minutes, nothing too extreme. But like overall, like I said, I personally do about 15 minutes, getting different parts of my body, and then I give myself a break. And it's very important that you hydrate after this. Any type of stretching, any type of exertion, you need to replenish your body. Okay, so make sure that you're hydrating and drinking a lot of water, not sugar water, but just some good old water or something that does have electrolytes in it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, I 100% recommend Myo-Bar. Very good product and something that you can, travel and take with you. I take this bad boy with me when I go different places, when I can just, set some time for me to just dig into the muscle and feel better. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you later. Bye.